You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Just stay active, and you'll live longer. And that's true. But only if you're doing the right kind of exercise. Because here's the shocking part. Some of the exercises people over 65 are told to do might actually be speeding up their decline. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried a new workout, thinking it would help your heart, your joints, or your energy, only to end up feeling worse after? Maybe it left you sore for days, or you tweaked your knee, or your heart was racing in a way that didn't feel right? Well, you're not alone. According to the National Institute on Aging, seniors who perform the wrong types of exercise are up to 48% more likely to end up hospitalized. That's not just a statistic, that's time lost. That's missed birthdays, fewer walks with grandkids, or more hours spent in a hospital bed instead of your own backyard. See, as we age, our bodies change, and so should our approach to movement. Certain high-impact or intense workouts might be great for a 30-year-old. But for a 70 or 80-year-old, they can strain the heart, weaken the joints, and throw off balance fast. But here's the good news. Just as the wrong moves can cause harm, the right ones can add years to your life. They can keep your memory sharp, your body agile, and your sense of independence intact. And that's what this video is all about: choosing wisely. Because you don't need to become a gym warrior or run marathons to stay healthy. You just need to move smart in ways that work with your body, not against it. So if you're ready to learn what to avoid, what to embrace, and how to move through life with more strength and confidence than ever before, stay with me, because this might be one of the most important health choices you'll ever make. Have you ever started an exercise routine thinking, this is going to keep me young, only to end up feeling sore, stiff, or downright defeated afterward? Well, you're not alone, and today, I want to talk to you about something that's rarely discussed but incredibly important. Not all exercises are safe or even healthy once we reach a certain age. In fact, some of the most common fitness habits can quietly work against your health after 65, leading to injury, frustration, or worse, lost independence. Let's dive into the 3 types of exercises that seniors should avoid, and more importantly, what you can do instead to stay strong, mobile, and confident in your body for years to come. Let's start with a classic: running. There's something powerful about the rhythm of your feet on the pavement, the feeling of fresh air, the endorphin rush. But for seniors, running may not be as harmless as it seems. As we age, our bodies go through changes we can't ignore. Bone density naturally decreases, cartilage in the joints wears thin, our balance system, what doctors call proprioception, gets weaker. These aren't flaws. They're simply part of the human experience. But combine those changes with the repetitive, jarring impact of running, especially on hard surfaces like concrete or asphalt, and the risk quickly multiplies. According to a study in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, high-impact running increases the chance of hip and knee injury in seniors by a staggering 58%. That's not a typo, 58%. And here's the thing most people don't realize. Every time your foot hits the ground, it sends a shockwave through your ankles, knees, hips, and lower spine. For a 25-year-old, no big deal. For a 70-year-old with aging joints, that can be the beginning of chronic inflammation, cartilage breakdown, or even osteoarthritis. But the physical stress is only half the story. Let's talk about the emotional toll. Imagine doing something you once loved, jogging in the park, keeping up with your walking group, only to find that it now causes pain, swelling, or fear of falling. That frustration, that sense of loss, can be enough to make people give up on exercise altogether. And that leads straight into a sedentary lifestyle, the exact thing we're trying to avoid. So, what's the smarter choice? Safer alternatives. Brisk walking on soft trails, swimming, or water aerobics. Great for joints. Cycling on flat, smooth, surfaces. These options still boost your heart, tone your muscles, and get you outside, but they do it without wrecking your knees or stressing your heart unnecessarily. Next up is a big one, heavy weightlifting. Now, don't get me wrong, resistance training is essential as we age. But lifting heavy weights, the kind you see on fitness ads or in no pain, no gain gym culture, can be downright dangerous. If done incorrectly, especially after 6'5". As we get older, our arteries become less elastic, our bones become more brittle, our reflexes slow down, and our muscles don't recover as quickly. That means when you attempt a heavy deadlift, barbell squat, or bench press, you're not just challenging your muscles, you're stressing your heart, your spine, your tendons, and your nervous system. In fact, the American Geriatric Society reports that heavy lifting can trigger sudden spikes in blood pressure, which may lead to vascular injury or, in some cases, strokes in seniors with undiagnosed heart conditions. And let's not forget about orthopedic injuries, rotator cuff tears, spinal compression, torn ligaments in knees or shoulders. These aren't just painful, they can lead to months of recovery, loss of mobility, or even surgeries. And here's something most people miss. When a senior tries to lift a weight that's just a bit too much, and they lose balance, they might not have the reflex speed to catch themselves. That's how you end up with falls, concussions, and hip fractures, all from trying to get stronger. It's a heartbreaking irony. And psychologically, it's defeating. No one wants to feel like they're weaker than they used to be. But pushing past your body's limit doesn't make you stronger. It can set you back months or years. So what's the better route? Smarter strength training, light dumbbells or kettlebells, assistance bands, gentle on joints, bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups, seated leg raises, or squats with a chair. These movements build functional strength, the kind you need for getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or lifting a grocery bag without the risks. Let's talk about one more trend that's quietly creeping into the world of senior fitness. Plyometric movements, also known as explosive jumping exercises. Think box jumps, burpees, jump squats. Now, these workouts are marketed as high energy and youthful. And sure, they might look fun when someone on YouTube is doing them with perfect form. But the reality is this: plyometric exercises are one of the most dangerous things a senior can do. Why? Because the number one cause of injury and death among seniors is not heart attacks. It's not cancer. It's falls. According to the CDC, over 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year. And these accidents often lead to broken hips, brain injuries, and permanent disability. Plyometric movements involve sudden, unstable, unpredictable landings. Your balance system is already less responsive. Your joints are less shock absorbent. And even one misstep, a box jump missed by an inch, can lead to disaster. But it's not just physical injury. After a fall, many seniors develop something called post-fall anxiety syndrome. They become afraid to move. They avoid social events. They stop going out. And this isolation accelerates aging far faster than we realize. So, does that mean you should avoid all dynamic movement? Absolutely not. Movement is life. But it needs to be the right kind of movement. Safe and dynamic alternatives. Tai Chi, excellent for balance. Mindfulness and joint control agility drills, like sidestepping, heel-to-toe walks, or stepping over cones. Balance practice. Standing on one leg while holding a chair, or shifting weights slowly. These exercises train your nervous system to react quicker, your muscles to stabilize better, and your brain to trust your body again without the jarring impacts that cause harm. Look, the point of all this isn't to scare you out of moving your body. It's to empower you. You don't need to run marathons. You don't need to lift 200 pounds. And you definitely don't need to do jump squats in your living room. But what you do need is this: a safe, smart, And sustainable plan exercises that match your age and body, and a mindset that says, I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started in a new way. The truth is, aging well isn't about doing what you used to do. It's about evolving. It's about listening to your body and making decisions that will protect your mobility, independence, and spirit for the long run. So if you've been feeling stuck, frustrated, or even ashamed of how your body moves today, let that go. You are not broken. You're adapting. And that's powerful. In the next part of this video, we'll explore the 3 essential exercises every senior should do, ones that can actually extend your life, improve memory, and keep your body moving freely. You don't want to miss it. And if you found this helpful so far, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're still with me, and be sure to subscribe for more tips that truly support you in every stage of life. Let's be honest, aging isn't easy. Your body doesn't move quite like it used to. Some days, you feel like your energy's running on low, or your balance is just a little off. But here's the beautiful truth. You're not powerless. You may not be able to rewind the clock, but you can influence how you move through the years ahead. And it all starts with the right kind of movement. In the last segment, we talked about exercises that are quietly hurting seniors. Things like heavy lifting, jumping routines, and high-impact running. Now, we're flipping the script. Today, we'll dive into the 3 essential exercises every senior should embrace: gentle yet powerful movements that can add years to your life, protect your independence, and even lift your spirit. 1. Brisk walking. The power of putting one foot in front of the other. It might sound too simple to be effective, but brisk walking is one of the most underrated, powerful tools for longevity, especially for those of us 6'5". You don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need equipment. Just a good pair of shoes, a safe path, and a commitment to keep moving forward. According to Harvard Medical School, seniors who walk briskly for just 30 minutes a day can reduce their risk of death from all causes by up to 41%. That's not just about living longer. That's about waking up with more energy, being able to walk through the grocery store without grabbing the cart for balance, or taking a stroll with your grandkids without needing to sit. Every 5 minutes. So, what's happening when you walk? Well, a lot more than you think. You're gently strengthening your heart, improving circulation without overstressing it. You're toning the muscles in your legs, hips, and core, key for climbing stairs or getting out of a chair. You're even boosting your bone density, which helps protect against osteoporosis. And perhaps most fascinating, you're nourishing your brain. Yes, real studies show that brisk walking improves memory, sharpens focus, and reduces the risk of dementia by promoting blood flow to the brain. Every step helps deliver oxygen-rich blood, which triggers the release of feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. You feel more clear-headed. You feel more hopeful. You feel more alive. And here's the best part walking gives you: freedom. You don't need to drive to a gym. You don't need to worry about fitting in. You can walk through a park, around your neighborhood, at a mall if the weather's bad. You're in control. Just remember, go at a moderate pace, enough to raise your heart rate slightly, but still hold a conversation. Wear shoes with good cushioning and ankle support. Stick to safe, well-lit paths, and bring a walking buddy if you'd like a little company or accountability. Because every walk you take is a quiet act of resistance. You're pushing back against decline. You're saying, I still choose to move. 2. Balance exercises. Your greatest defense against falls. Now, let's talk about something a little more invisible, but just as critical: balance. If you've ever stumbled, grabbed onto furniture, or hesitated to step down a curb, you're not alone. Balance naturally declines with age, but that doesn't mean we're helpless. In fact, you can retrain your body to become more stable, more confident, and more in control through simple, targeted exercises. According to the National Council On aging, 1 in 4 seniors over 65 falls each year, and falls are the leading cause of both fatal and non-fatal injuries in older adults. That's a scary statistic, but it's also preventable. So how do balance exercises help? They strengthen the core muscles that stabilize your torso, activate the small but crucial muscles in your ankles, knees, and hips, improve your reflexes, so you can react quickly if you trip or slip, rebuild your confidence in your own body. And the best part? You don't need a gym or expensive gear to start. Here are a few easy but powerful balance exercises. Heel to toe walk. Walk in a straight line, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toe of the other, just like you're walking. A tightrope. Single leg stand. Hold on to a chair for safety and try standing on one foot for 10 to 30 seconds. Then switch sides. Tai Chi. This slow, graceful martial art is especially good for seniors. It improves stability, reduces anxiety, and increases body awareness. And here's something people don't often talk about. Balance is emotional, too. After a fall or even a near miss, it's easy to develop a fear of movement. You might start avoiding steps, skipping walks, or saying no to outings. But the more inactive you become, the weaker your muscles and balance grow, and the higher the risk becomes. It's a vicious cycle, but one you can break. Every time you practice balance, you reclaim not just strength, but freedom. You say, I trust my body again. And that's a feeling no medication can give you. 3. Light strength training. Build the strength to live on your own terms. Let's be real, getting older means losing muscle, unless we do something about it. This condition even has a name, sarcopenia. And it starts as early as age 60, quietly, reducing your strength, slowing your metabolism, and making daily tasks harder than they should be. But there's great news. Light strength training can reverse much of that loss. And it doesn't require lifting heavy or sweating buckets at the gym. According to the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, seniors who do moderate strength training at least twice a week improve not just their muscle mass, but also their balance, bone health, and even mental clarity. That's huge. So what does light strength training look like? Seated leg extensions. Sitting in a sturdy chair, extend one leg out and hold it for 5 seconds. Then lower and repeat. Wall push-ups. Stand a few feet from a wall. Place your hands on the wall and do slow push-ups without stressing your wrists. Or shoulders. Resistance bands. These stretchy bands are great for arm curls. Shoulder presses and leg movements, all gentle, effective, and adjustable. It's not about lifting heavy. It's about reclaiming what matters most. The strength to carry groceries without pain, the stamina to climb stairs, the power to lift your grandchild, or even just a suitcase without strain. And there's something else. Emotional strength. Seniors who commit to light strength training often report feeling more optimistic, more independent, and more in charge of their health. Why? Because each rep, each set is a reminder, I'm still in the game. And remember, you can start wherever you are, seated or standing at home or in a fitness class with no weights at all, just your body and your will. Start light. Stay consistent. Celebrate progress, because strength isn't just about muscle. It's about living on your own terms. Final message. You deserve to move with confidence. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. Your movement choices today shape your life tomorrow. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be young again. You just need to take the next step, the right step. A short walk through the neighborhood, a few minutes of balancing by the kitchen counter, a couple of light reps with a band or can of soup, it all counts. Your future self will thank you, not just for being active, but for being wise, gentle, and kind to the body that's carried you this far. Now let me ask you something. What's one small exercise you'll commit to this week? Comment below, and let's encourage each other. Your story might be the reason someone else takes that first step. And if you found this video helpful, drop a 1 in the comments, hit the like button, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next segment where we reveal common, everyday habits that could be quietly undoing all your progress. Until then, keep moving forward, because your best days aren't behind you. They're just a few steps ahead. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. At this stage in life, every choice you make for your body matters more than ever before. Not because you're weak, not because time is run out, but because the time you do have is more precious, more meaningful, and more worth protecting. Whether you move your body or stay still, whether you stretch or stay stiff, whether you choose habits that strengthen you or those that slowly wear you down, each of those small choices adds up. They add up to freedom or frustration. You see, aging well isn't about chasing youth. It's about making peace with where you are and choosing to move forward with purpose. Let me ask you, what does freedom look like to you? Is it being able to walk around the block without pain? Is it dancing at your grandchild's wedding? Is it living in your own home on your own terms, without relying on others for every little thing? Because those moments don't happen by accident. They happen when you take care of your body like it's the only one you've got. Because it is. The truth is, poor habits may not ask for payment today, but they will eventually present the bill in the form of stiff joints, chronic fatigue, or a fall that takes away months or even years of your life. And just like that, time you could have spent laughing with family or exploring your favorite places is exchanged for hospital visits or physical therapy sessions. It's a high price. But here's the beautiful part. You get to decide which price you'll pay. You can choose the short-term effort of a walk, a stretch, or a few light reps. Or you can unknowingly pay later with your health, your freedom, or your independence. So, I want to leave you with this thought. Every movement you make is a vote for the kind of life you want to live. And it's never too late to cast a new vote. No matter your age, your condition, or your past, you can choose to take back your power one step at a time. And if you've made it this far in the video, I believe you're already doing just that. Now it's your turn. Comment 1 below if this video helped you. Or type 0 if it didn't. I'm always here to improve and better support you. And if this message resonated with you in any way, please hit like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. Because this isn't just a health channel, it's a community. A place where your story, your strength, and your future all matter. Together, let's make the second half of life the strongest, most vibrant chapter yet. Thank you for watching. And remember, you don't just grow older, you grow wiser, stronger, and more capable with every conscious step you take.